Hey guys, editor Avis here. To just give you a forewarning, this was our very first live episode, and we are with our mothers, and we are, I'll speak for myself, little tipsy in this recording. So please give us the benefit of the doubt when you are hearing the audio. It's on a different setting. We are using one mic, and we are having a ball in Salem, Massachusetts, this recording. So I am going to give you a little treat and just honestly leave it as whole as possible. And just letting you know we are a little bit sauced. Our moms are a little bit sauced. And it's honestly a pretty good discussion, all things told. So if you were not tuned in on our Facebook group, we went live. Please join us on Facebook, Your Mom's Pahdcast, and you can find the video correspondent to this episode. And yeah, hope you enjoy. As always, love you guys.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
Hello, and welcome to the 8th episode of Season 5 of Your Mom's Pahdcast, the only podcast that's worth walking out on a date with one of Degrassi's coolest girls. I'm Caroline.
I'm Avis.
And today, we are joined by our moms for our first ever in-person recording.
Yes.
And we are breaking down Degrassi's Season 5, Episode 10, Redemption Song, live from Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Hi, moms.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, girls.
Long time no see.
Right?
Seriously.
All day.
All day. Yesterday, too.
Hours in the car.
Mhm.
Separately.
Separately.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful hours in the car.
Yes, very fun, sweet hours in the car.
Thankfully, very little bridges.
Yeah,
I don't like bridges.
So have you guys watched, besides this episode, any more Degrassi since the last time we saw you? Are you hooked yet? No. That's okay.
They said absolutely not. No.
That's okay. I kind of love it that way.
But last night I did, well, like when we did the first watch through,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a binge watcher, I was like, okay, let's watch another
Yeah, no. And this is the season when it's really good
Mm-hmm.
for that. Like the next episode I did want to watch too, because I'm like, I know this episode is
It's
good. And then
lesbians.
it's a two-parter too. I'm like, yeah.
With lesbians.
With lesbians. and movie premieres, which
We could watch it while we eat dinner, perhaps.
yeah.
So as usual, we are going to start with a poem, but for only the second time ever, because Charlie wrote our haiku poem.
Charlie did write the beautiful
Credit where credit is due. That was a damn good poem.
he slammed that one.
For the first time since then, we have a poem that was not written by me. It was
Mhm.
instead written by my mother.
one.
Yeah, you did.
You did, Miss Amy.
So if you want to bring us in with that
Uh-oh.
poem.
Roses are red, Darcy's a Christian, and Spinner thinks Jay needs a good fisting.
Thank you.
I just got that too because he punches him. I was not thinking of that kind of fisting.
Fistin. Yeah.
That's
That was
good.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm up.
You're up.
Okay. Spinner and Darcy are getting serious, but Spin's not quite ready to give up his heathen ways and give his heart fully to Darcy, and by extension, Jesus Christ. Over in plots, I don't care about Drake. Is torn between two lovers.
Well, that was true because when we were watching, Mom, you were like, His name is Aubrey Graham. Aubrey Drake Graham.
And like they're fighting over Drake.
I like
Aubrey Grant or no.
Yeah,
Whatever.
well,
Yeah.
Jimmy Brooks.
Jimmy Brooks.
Jimmy-
Wheelchair Jimmy now.
Wheelchair.
I like that like a tenth of the
Yeah.
episode was content you guys had already seen.
No, actually.
Flashbacks. Oh, I said it when we were watching last night. Kendrick Lamar should sample
that.
the sound of Jimmy going the when he gets shot.
Every time.
Amos, can you do it? You probably do it best.
I fall to the floor.
You gotta work on it. It's not as perfect as that.
I can't do all of these lines.
You have to. Can I get a please?
What is that?
Nanny when she's pregnant and she needs to go vomit.
Like Quan is like
not
not
having any of it.
Wait,
It's really irresponsible.
I didn't know any of that. I just thought it was funny.
because it like rises up.
It's almost like the motion is like a cat about to puke.
No, but that's kind of what it reminds me of was when my cat would like process like a hairball, like different parts of her body would be like percolating and she is standing pretty still, but like you see the churn. Yeah. I can they can't all be pleased.
But we gotta
Yeah,
look
the
at the
content.
plot first.
The content was definitely like, oh, you guys forgot that how Jimmy got in this wheelchair. We're gonna show you.
Well, Spinner processing his trauma by visualizing all sorts of shit that he either wasn't there for or he was, but it wouldn't be his POV.
Right.
But you know.
Right. Yeah. No. Right.
But it was
Seeing
still
Rick's
his
shoes
fault.
under I don't know. It's like this is
Yeah.
all of the footage from the show that he is having a flashback of. It's like when they do a production still and have it framed.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "How did you get this photograph?"
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I'm glad that Hazel's breaking up with Jimmy.
controversial opinion, but yes.
Also, fuck Jimmy and Ellie because I think that Hazel's whole "it's sad that nothing rhymes with orange, it's such a lonely word" is like
It's cute.
kind of cute. It's
They
one of the more
Hazel's-
interesting glimpses we get into Hazel.
right. They
When they were painting the wall.
Oh.
Nothing, yeah.
And Jimmy was like,
And then she did
"What
all
words
that.
aren't lonely?" And she said Hazel because it goes so perfectly with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, you know,
They
it's
up
cheesy,
her like
but
her ditziness in this episode though,
they do
because she.
But I
needs to
like
be,
that line.
I like it, but it's like they need her to be ditzy Hazel because Ellie is supposed to be smart Ellie in this episode.
Ellie's
Yeah,
not.
but she don't look like that to me.
She's not. She's not a
She
programmer.
looks like
That's not.
Right.
That's not her thing.
Right.
They were
don't
bonding over
believe-
50s horror, retro horror art.
Right.
Comics and stuff, and like now it's like, oh, we're having inside jokes about technology and your girlfriend's just so dumb that she doesn't get it, but there's no precedent for that, and Hazel's very smart, and why wouldn't Hazel know about Flash anime? I don't know. Justice
Yeah.
for Hazel,
Justice for
because
Hazel
she's not
always.
stupid. She's not stupid, and they want.
said that like this. I wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah, I mean, she's. Yeah,
You know
Ellie-
who is stupid is Emma.
Yeah,
Emma's
she is.
very
She's
stupid.
not in
She's
this episode,
not
but
in
she
this
is.
episode.
I
So-
know because she's probably off somewhere making really horrible decisions.
Last episode, if you would, yes, Emma's actually doing a lot of that right now. She's
Right
making
now,
all the
she's
horrible
like
decisions.
Yeah, what's going on?
secret dating a guy who sex crimed her best friend.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
He like recorded her flashing her boobs
when
and
she
then
was
just-
in,
when
she was
wouldn't give him,
hopelessly
like, a bunch of
intoxicated.
cash,
She was
he
not.
sent it around
Yeah.
the school.
Not good,
And
Emma.
even though she's a minor, his mommy is the principal, so police
Did you
did
say
not get
she's
involved.
A minor?
Yes.
Yes, Manny's 16. She's 16.
She was Kendricking.
Oh, a minor. Oh my gosh.
But even which Jimmy watches the video and gives this really
I'm
gross,
in shambles.
Manny Santos, my how you've grown.
It's creepy. It's creepy.
It's so gross.
yeah.
But even though she's a minor, so it was like underage pornographic material that he sent out as like a revenge thing around the school. His mommy's the principal, so he only got 5 weeks detention. And
Thank you
no
for the
police
likes. I see
involvement.
likes. Thank you.
Thank you for likes,
Thank you.
guys.
Love you. Yes, but can I say how I'm really mad that I didn't get the Kendrick thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm disappointed myself.
I'm very disappointed.
It's okay.
The amount of times I'm like looking in my fridge, like A minor.
Look, here's the thing, Avis, is it's going to take a lot of work to repair this trust,
Yeah,
but we'll be okay.
I think through faith and rebuilding.
Mm-hmm. We should maybe get a counselor.
Or join the friendship club.
Join the friendship club.
Hey.
That was beautiful.
No, that was great. That was great.
That was like left and right.
Right, come
I
on,
love her.
because the friendship club. Rand's talking about.
We can keep talking about Ellie and Jimmy.
Well, so the thing that I don't like is that like Ellie is being she's ganging up on Hazel.
It's gross.
I don't like it. And the fact that so Miss Amy, you're like, okay, she's doing all this and then she still doesn't want Jimmy. And I'm like, yeah, no, she doesn't want him.
I didn't. Yeah, that's.
It's gross.
Yeah. No,
She's just like a homewrecker just cause. And I don't
like Hazel and Jimmy either. Like,
No,
Jimmy's
fine.
That's the
They
thing.
want
Yeah.
everybody in this town
Yeah.
is making some pretty shitty decisions.
Hazel and Jimmy aren't great together. Hazel's not getting the fact that Jimmy has changed through the shooting, which is really weird.
She's just trying to
he's
stay
literally-
positive and be
he
like,
went-
we're still you, we're still us.
Correct, which is a
Yeah.
great tact, but like, you guys are not 45. You guys are
Right.
children.
Right.
High school.
He was used to being an all-star basketball player with his whole life ahead of him and all the opportunities on the horizon, and now he is confined to a wheelchair, and he's got to rework everything, and she's just not. And it'd be different if he was like, I want somebody to encourage me or whatever. But he's just like, I want to seek something different. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not thinking the same way.
Right.
I don't have, I am different. He literally tells her, I have changed. And she's like, you haven't. You're still the same Jimmy. No.
Yeah, I
He
mean, come on,
literally
girl.
did not bob and weave.
Right.
We got shot. He is not the same.
He did not.
Every day he
Sorry,
breaks
son,
her
again,
laugh.
I'm going to remind you by somebody with their eyes closed going like this. I mean,
Yeah, it was so bad.
It's
It's
bad.
like Rick
He's like,
Stark levels of bad.
He's like, every day I wish I would have just zigzagged.
Just
a little zigzag.
Anything but run in a straight line
Just like
would have been better. Anything.
going down yelling. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Drop to
he
the
could
ground.
just, yeah,
Plus, yeah, where was he shot?
in the spine.
In the spine.
In the okay.
Like
In
direct,
the spine.
like exactly where it needs to be paralyzed.
I don't know. I don't ever want to find out, but I kind of think that how your body would react to being shot would not be like, it would be like, you know what I mean?
It's drama. It's the drama that he yells out.
I feel like
It's like I've been
it
shot.
was like the
Ah.
backpacks exploding is what he's reacting to. Because I guess those do
Yeah, they're
although that seems a little dramatic for.
well, he knew it was his moment.
Caroline,
They
he
told
was
him,
acting.
You're
Okay.
getting shot, and he was like,
Ah!
you see his fist like, like he was practicing.
It's the sound.
My body has been jolted with a bullet. Yeah,
Now I
it's-
kind of feel sorry for Drake because he's not a.
he's not a
It's
good
not hard.
actor, and he's not a good actor.
And his character,
Danger.
Period. You know,
his character could very slowly have taken one step to the left and avoided getting shot.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I really think that's true. I don't think that he
The self-preservation.
was not there.
No.
No, the self-preservation was on vacation.
Nice.
Obviously, you do not look like Quinta Brunson, but the delivery of that, and to a degree, being like the proud of yourself facial expression, was giving Janine tease.
Low key, Quinta
Janine
Brunson
tease
raised
energy.
me, so Philly all day. Philly all day. Yeah. Just I feel like the takeaway for me is justice for Hazel, because Hazel does not deserve to show up looking like that and get all the
The
disrespect
way
that she
she
receives.
walks into that room.
She's so cute. She's like, I've got the organization on deck. Go get the water out of my car. I will do the paint. Nobody wants to clean paintbrushes. It is actually a very tedious job.
It is.
I get that, but Paige was
Paige
just
is a princess.
noped right out of that.
No, yeah.
It's just
and Marco
and
too.
illegal.
That's this. Yes, her and Marco were like, oh, we're the we're not doing this.
Okay,
We're not-
what's Marco's story? Because I feel like he was
He's gay.
like, okay, that tracks.
Yeah.
Like his whole vibe was sort of
Gay.
Gay.
no urchin-y,
Yeah.
Oh,
like
please.
an urchin,
Clam on to
an urchin gay child.
Yeah.
Well,
Marco
his personality is very transient. So
Marco is yet another minority bestie who kind of fills in. Like, Hazel is always Paige's bestie. Manny is always Emma's bestie unless they're fighting. But then Marco, sometimes he's
He
Craig's
floats.
bestie, sometimes he's Ellie's bestie.
sometimes he's
He's
Paige's bestie.
bestie right now.
Yeah, he's a floater.
He almost took Manny to prom, but then
Yes.
Paige needed him to because her teacher boyfriend bailed on
He's the
her.
gay best friend.
He's the gay best
Okay.
friend. Yeah,
Marco
that's
is the gay best friend, and yeah. You believe it. You believe it whenever
Mhm.
he's like, because him and Manny have a cute relationship, but it's like they don't
but would
actually.
he lead astray for his own purposes?
no, he's not devious.
He's not devious. He's
except for when his boyfriend cheats on him again, and so he steals some money from his dad to gamble.
yeah, he's not devious. He's just underwritten.
Yeah,
He's the gay kid, and that's all they give him to do is be gay. He just came out, so now they're gonna give him things to do as a result of his gayness.
like develop a poker addiction because his
Mhm,
boyfriend
because he's-
cheated on him.
Yeah.
Give
Or
him some more
resort to schmeck's work.
Yes,
Because
he
he
needs to
needs
look hot for the fashion.
Fashionable clothes for the club. He's a
The
really,
gay club.
The gay club, of course.
The gay club.
He's a very compelling
Naturally.
character.
He is so, and he went to a safari in an African country,
Yeah, he just came back,
and now it's his
he
entire
was wearing the
personality.
Shakey's for a minute, but
Yeah,
now
but
he's
he's
just
chilled
wearing
to-
that Speed Racer shirt 2 episodes in a row.
They think we don't notice,
Mm-hmm.
but we saw it. We saw it.
Is that
Marco, you have one more episode for this show. You have one more episode, and it just better go back in your closet, and I better not see it again.
He is an outfit repeater.
Yes, and I'll be an outfit remember because that is not a good shirt to wear multiple times.
It's fine. It's just not Marco.
It's
Spinner could wear it.
it's more like Spinner
Craig
and
could
Craig,
wear it.
right?
Craig
It's more
could wear
like Spinner
it.
and Craig because they
Shit,
wear
Ashley
wrestling
could
tees.
wear it.
Marco is the suit. He is like the button up shirt, like the
Marco-
cowboy shirt that
Marco
he wore to
is
the.
the dashiki.
Oh my gosh! I hope he's not the Dashi.
He went to Africa, bruh.
No.
really what part?
Marsai Mari. He went to the safari in Mar. I didn't look at what country it's in, but
He went with Caitlin. Remember Joey's girlfriend from the last episode you watched, the one who bought his house? They
Oh.
broke up because of Kevin Smith, so now Joey's homeless.
you
You guys have missed a lot.
have missed a lot. Yeah,
I mean,
Caitlin literally
Craig's fine. He's
ran.
still around.
Yeah, Craig is dating Manny. Craig and
Yeah,
Manny
Craig's
is
dating
dating.
Manny.
But where does he live? If Joey-
Well, they're not actually homeless. They're still living in Joey's house, but Caitlin.
But
owns
Caitlin
it.
owns it, and they have a really weird rental agreement.
And like basically, a couple of episodes from now, Joey's gonna go
Okay.
to Toronto,
And just
or not Toronto,
not
Alberta,
Yes,
because Craig graduates at the end of the season. So Joey's just gone. But
Joey's
then
there.
Angela's gonna come back
as
like
a different
season 10,
character.
but her name's gonna be Tori now. It's a lot.
Why they didn't bring her back as Angie? A lot of people theorize that you would have to bring.
it's
Joey
a whole
back.
character.
It's the same actress, different character.
They didn't recognize her apparently when she auditioned for the role of Tori. and she was the best person to come in. So then they were like, okay, we guess you're Tori now. And then they just never really addressed it. There's a lot y'all
It's,
miss.
there's some more, and
There
I-
was a show in the 90s called Family Matters
I love Family
where
Matters.
A
like,
daughter went upstairs.
a daughter went
And she just never
came
back down, and they thought no one would notice.
Winslow.
They thought no one would notice.
Yeah,
I
I don't know why they thought
I
that.
love the little sister.
Well, and I feel like it was a couple of seasons in, so
Mhm.
it wasn't
No,
just,
yeah, it wasn't.
like after her first season
No, she was on it for a bit. She was on it for a couple years at least. And yes, and they thought that we would not notice.
And that, I don't.
Spinner
Yeah.
had a Chinese sister for
Yes.
like 3 years, and then she just
And she
disappeared.
dated Toby, JT's
She dated
best
Toby.
friend. She's in the credits still, but
she's gone.
But she's gone. That's why we have a sticker. Justice for Kendra was her name. And then
Yeah.
we just completely forget about her. And they're like, Kendra? Kendra who? We don't know who
Kendra who?
Kendra is. Yeah, we're just like, don't talk about
Hey.
Kendra. Don't
we
talk
don't
about
talk about Kendra, no. We don't talk about Kendra. Not finish that.
No.
Okay. On that note, are we ready to talk about the A plot? We haven't really super talked about the B plot, but we covered the bulk of it, which is fuck Ellie.
Jimmy and Hazel
Justice
are
for
done.
Hazel.
Justice for Hazel. I
hope she gets out of that town and lives her best life.
hope she goes on her cross country road trip.
Me too.
Take someone who's better for the road. Because
Yeah.
Jimmy would suck on the road anyway. Let's just be honest.
Honestly, even before the wheelchair, Jimmy was
Jimmy
stuck
would
on the
suck
road.
They're not going to listen to the same. They're not going to agree on playlists.
He's gonna
Like,
he's not gonna yeah.
He's not going to
Jimmy is
be
not a road
fun
warrior.
Okay, but in his defense, I would think that he would have a whole host of like new stuff to think about on a road trip that he wouldn't have had before he got shot.
Yeah.
And like
It would
she
probably
seems to
be
me to
good
be
for him.
totally oblivious to that.
Mhm.
Like why wouldn't you just want it? Well,
Because my dad barely made my house accessible. When half of his ramp to his house has no railing.
Jimmy's house?
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's really sad. Jimmy's parents hate him.
Yeah, they made him stay in the hospital so that they could put in a ramp for a condo, but then we flashed to him living in a house.
So a house can be a condo. And just to be clear,
It can
condominium refers to like it's the land.
right, realtor corner.
You own the property. The condominium association owns the land.
Okay.
So while they are often more like apartments,
Mm-hmm.
a condominium can be a house. I've known
Oh.
people it does
I
happen.
did not know that. So it's possible that the same condominium they were talking about is
Because
this
we
house.
saw that.
But I don't-
We've seen the condominium when
We-
Sean
yes.
got drunk.
That's true. It's different.
Message in a bottle.
It's true. It was like an actual like
What
apartment
was the
building.
message like? Drink me.
You're too young to be stealing Jimmy's parents' booze.
Do not steal Jimmy's parents' booze. And then
Do
That was the
the
message.
do the titles always mean something or
the titles are always 80s songs.
They're always 80s songs
Yeah,
until they
no.
become 90s.
until they become 90s
But
songs.
no,
Yeah, but
they don't really.
they don't-
Sometimes
we had
they
music
work.
corner.
Redemption songs not an 80s.
Well,
Gossip
there are
Girl.
exceptions to the rule.
Gossip Girl has movie titles that they kind of skew. Yes.
They shoot Humphreys, don't they?
They shoot him for desperately seeking Serena.
They do that. Grey's Anatomy.
I think it's so
does that.
cute.
Like, they're all,
But they don't. We had Music Corner, I think, third season, because we did a
Mhm.
whole season without it. We had Music Corner, and we loved the music, but the music doesn't necessarily correspond
Yeah.
to the theme
It's
of the
more
music. It's
like
more the
the
title.
title.
Yes, the title will correspond more to the episode than the actual content of the song.
Yeah.
Which made listening to the songs kind of like, oh, we love music, but we are spending like 25. When we had Chris on, we spent like 45 minutes on the music corner.
was a good.
He was like, listen, I'm going to tell you every reason why this artist sucks.
right. We talked about "Whisper to a Stranger" for so long,
Yeah.
which is a horrible song. I don't know if you guys have heard it. but
Yeah.
I'm
We
gonna listen to it right now.
kind of trudged through some.
Some of the songs were good.
Some
and then
of
we
the
had to listen
songs
to
were
some
good that I
fucking
and a
Morrissey
couple of
and,
them I
like,
knew, but then some of the songs were like, I don't want to listen to
There's
this.
a lot of Morrissey titles in season 2 too. I mean, it's
And I
really
don't-
only two,
and I've
and
learned
one of
I
them
don't
is
like
the
Morrissey.
Smiths.
So
I know it's fine. I don't really either.
I think Eli likes
Sometimes I like to
Morrissey, and
sing, like, some of his songs are kind of Muppet voicey,
yeah,
and so, like,
But when
no,
you
for-
rewatch it on Tubi,
Mhm.
do you hear all these songs?
no,
it's
they
just
don't
the
play the songs. It's just
all,
the
but like it is a new enough
'Cause
show.
that's the thing now, right? Like
The streaming,
every show, is all not the original show
yeah,
because
the
the
music.
music isn't there.
Yes, like
I
yeah,
feel
the
like
hours,
the
like,
Degrassi is not too bad.
I think that I don't know if it's because it's Canadian, but they also didn't play a lot of like top 10
Mm-hmm.
hits. They don't do that until like the newer season, and honestly, even then, they don't really play music that we would recognize.
Yeah,
There's music. Probably the biggest song they use was used in a promo, and I don't actually think that they use it in the
doesn't
show.
Isabella get taken by the cops during Misery Business by Paramore? Is that a
Yes.
thing, or am I making
Wait.
that up?
Yes, it's the party, and that's kind of epic.
Oh god, I can't wait to get there. That's gonna be good.
I still don't like that little girl, but yes.
I know that little girl sucks. I wish the cops had taken her to jail. No, I don't. That's horrible. I don't mean that.
I was going to
Jail is basically CPS, so
Miss
I don't know,
Bev,
y'all.
Miss Bev, I don't want to shock you, but the frequency with which it happens on this show, and particularly from your daughter more than me, I am not the bad influence here.
what did I
that,
do?
that like 14-year-olds are called the C word.
Oh yes, Mama.
And I'm not taking the fall for that. Like one time my mom invited our pastor's kid over when I was like 3. No, I was like 4 or 5. Anyway, we had a lemonade stand, and the pastor's kid got the idea that we should flip off anybody who didn't buy lemonade from us. And then my mom saw us buy lemonade and immediately thought that I had come up with that idea, and I got in trouble.
Where was that? Was that it?
That was at the house that was where Ananiah was our neighbor.
Who was the pastor?
Susan Felber's church. So I would have been a little
Oh.
older.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that other than that I am
Okay.
not the bad influence, but I get blamed all the time.
Okay,
And I'm
let's
not
get back
taking
to it.
the fall for Ava's calling teenagers cunts.
Okay, but like the fact that they all deserve it. I'm not rescinding anything.
Emma is a cunt.
Yeah, Emma's was just just playing some this episode.
Yeah,
She's
you
a
know
bummer.
better than me.
Emma's gone. Like I just think the loyalty that Emma has is just not on par with either of us. So we're just like we have cut people off for less,
Right?
So much less.
But we put up with a lot more bullshit when we were teenagers. I know I
Yes,
did.
I did too. I was kind of like a doormat when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
There were some things I was just not gonna do.
I don't even want to talk about my best friend when I was a teenager. One of them was really good. But the other one, I don't even want to talk about it.
One of them was okay. The other one was like low key not great. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, one of them was terrific, and the other one was just a disaster.
I wouldn't describe either of them as terrific. Mom.
Um,
No, I don't know you. I don't know that lore, but no, I'm talking about mine too. No,
no, she was really lucky to have a really good.
The
I
woman
thought
that
I was
went to
lucky
visit when
then.
I was staying with you,
Yes.
my friend who I went and had dinner with.
Yes.
We've been friends
Oh,
since 5th grade.
yes, you did tell. Okay, yeah, no, and for me it was like 7 years of like good enough friendship, and then it was like, okay, you guys want to be together, and then I'm just here in the worst. So.
I'm so glad I never have to be a teenager again.
Yeah, me
Unless
too.
there's
That was like
reincarnation
19, 20. Yeah.
And you get reincarnated.
Teenagerism is like
cat
the
or
worst.
nothing. House cat
I
or
wouldn't want to do it
nothing.
again.
Especially not.
I just want to be a house cat. If there's reincarnation after this and I don't come back as a house cat, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
Like-
there are people that aren't nice to their pets.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be one of their house cats.
People be nicer to pets
Not all
than
people.
their
though.
family.
Some people
Not
like
all
like
people,
I like
but
Nina more than
a
a
lot.
vast majority of people.
I want to
You
be
know,
a
that's
house
my
cat
dog.
for like a decently paid, like childless millennial couple.
Yeah, dual income,
Yep, dual income, no kids.
no kids.
I have all the gadgets.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna have a bed in every room.
Bed in every room. I might have like stuff on the walls.
I
that
saw
can
a
jump from.
dog that had their own iPad, and the dog that there was the grandpa visiting, and the dog was like, the daughter was like, "Do you want to go in our bed and watch your iPad? Do you want grandpa to go home?" And the dog like stood up, like looked at grandpa. He's like, "Really?" And then the dog literally got in bed with their bonnet and their iPad on like a little.
Yeah, I just want to be a house pet for a childless millennial couple, and
That's a lot. That's a lot.
The dog has their own iPad. Yes, I would say that's quite.
Yeah.
I don't need my own iPad.
I'm not.
But
I don't think if I came back as
neither
an animal
does
that I
the
would be an
dog.
iPad kid. I think I'm not. I'm an iPad. Like I like my iPad. Can I deal without it? Of course. You know, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
want
but
that.
your world gets a lot smaller when you're a dog.
It does, and I
The
feel
world
like
gets smaller.
vision wise, you can't see as much.
Yeah.
You don't see it in color, so I feel like that.
He doesn't have an iPad, but I
Yeah,
like to put on
we
dog
don't know.
TV for my dog when I go to work.
Nina likes Food Network because my mom likes Food Network. So when
That's
she
cute.
leaves, she puts on Pluto for
Yeah,
Nina, and it's the
I
Food
do.
Network. She likes Iron Chef.
I'm pretty sure my cats know that the sound of the Office
She
theme song
does.
means that I'm like gearing up for bed.
They're like, let's snuggle
What's up,
in.
Mom?
Yes, they're very smart, and I would think that because the only reason really she likes it is because it reminds her of you, not because she actually knows what's going on in the show. But
We don't know for
You
sure.
never know.
Maybe she just yearns to cook and curses the fact that she was born without opposable thumbs.
Have you been on TikTok? There's dogs that cook.
yeah,
I mean, they're not really cooking. It's
They're-
just
but
clever editing.
it's
but-
very clever. Like you
Which,
gotta have a
speaking
lot
of,
of
have you
patience.
seen that Paper Eats chick? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to send it to you. It's this like woman who makes cooking videos, but instead of going out and buying all the ingredients, she makes them with paper. She even makes like her pan with paper, and it'll be like with editing, you'll see like the paper butter melting, and like she'll. I gotta send it to
The
you.
way
It's
that
so good.
people's minds really impress me.
Yeah.
Because why would you? The
Editing
fact that
is
you
a
do
skill.
that and people are entertained by it
Yeah.
is amazing. Like the people who
That
make the little miniatures.
Editing is
Like-
a skill.
There's somebody who does videos of their, I want to say it's a bearded dragon eating bugs. Like she'll put the bearded dragon in this chair and then put a plate with a dome over it in front of her. It's a huge tomato or something.
Oh, what a time to be
Did it eat
alive!
it?
Mm-hmm.
It should. I mean, that's the thing. I've seen this, whatever, TikTok, Instagram. This lady, she was like, "My dog is a vegan, just like me," and she was putting the meat in the dog and everything. It was funny. And then one of the last videos is when the dog was finally like,
I'm gonna eat them.
"Yeah, like."
I think that veganism toward dogs or cats is like abuse.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
They're really-
Too, I
yeah,
think.
they're not- I
Children,
mean-
like
I don't really want to take a hard stance on this online.
On
I feel
children,
like, especially on children.
it just makes me so nervous.
That's
Dogs
fair.
is what
I
cracked
just
me
don't.
up.
I don't.
Yeah,
disagree.
dogs definitely.
Yeah,
do,
it's
because
their
they're-
nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not mean to start a fight.
It's
so-
okay. No, it's totally
Do you want
fine.
me to go make dinner? Just
No.
Get out of here.
No, I want to talk about the A plot.
I was gonna make
Yes,
dinner.
the A plot. It happens.
It does happen, and it's okay. I hate how we barely at all like. It's just a Hatzalakos like
The
announcement.
school is
That's like
different.
a year ago today, Jimmy Brooks was shot in the back. And
we are
Degrassi is different, and we're stronger.
zero
and
tolerance for bullying.
fuck right off. Emma's still walking these halls. Your son is sex criming young women.
Emma's still walking these halls like a
Did
tyrant.
Did they say that Jimmy was getting that award?
No,
partly
he was-
because he got shot.
No, and it wasn't an award, it was the mural. I think people had submitted probably for a mural and they chose his. Maybe they chose it because he got
It
shot.
could have been because he got shot. I don't.
I don't think it was
That mural
because
wasn't great.
it wasn't.
It wasn't that
They're
great.
high schoolers.
Jimmy's sudden
Something
artistic
there.
ability is like makes zero sense.
Yeah, he started
One
drawing
thing with Jimmy,
instead
too,
of going
is-
therapy.
Like, come on.
As one does.
He got shot in that building. He could no longer walk. He's just so well adjusted and everything is fine and he's having
No trauma.
with his
Well, no,
trauma by what
trauma.
he's
But the fact that that is true, like the fact that he's able to just go back to school, like
I
nothing
think he
happened.
still has, but
I think he still has trauma, but
Yeah,
like they might be.
basketball
But
episode.
in this episode,
It's more about Spinner.
it was
Well,
more about
it was
his
just-
friend's trauma, though. It was like he
I
was.
thought it was about him with the girl.
It
It was supposed to be
was.
more like he was supposed to
When
be
we got
not
those
with his
flashbacks,
girl.
it is technically Spinner's
Yeah, that's
point of view.
Spinner's point of
Because
view.
Spinner, that's why it's called Redemption Song, because Spinner is thinking about his role in the shooting and whether or not he really cares to still align with Jay, because that's the whole thing. It's like he and Jay did this. So the fact that he's still so close with Jay, it's like, can you move on and like be a better person when you're still aligned with the
Yeah,
person
but like
who
he's aligned with Jay in a really self-destructive way.
he
right?
is. Jay is the king of self-destruction.
So bad.
Jay will be like, you want to destroy yourself? I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to do it together. Because that's all Jay is about, is like, so they both got expelled from school because Spinner confessed to his role. And then the principal was like, is there anybody else that I need to, pull for about this? And he told her it's Jay too. So they both got expelled. Spinner did summer school and got back in. Jay did not. Jay is literally on the streets
Yeah.
and not caring
He
about his
seems
education.
very.
He's
He
unaffected.
doesn't
He's
care.
he's disengaged
Unaffected.
from everything.
Okay, but also he's like 40, right? So
I mean,
he
that
shouldn't
is
be in
one
high
of the
school
memes we
and,
have. I am 30 or 40 years old. I do not need this, because as soon as he comes into the story, it's like he looks older. But I will say that the actor, Mike, looks exactly the same. So it might be that he looked older as a younger person to still look
Yeah,
exactly
they
the
can do
same.
that.
He looks exactly the same, if not better. So, I mean, he was like maybe 2 years older, 3 years older than his character, but still in that ballpark. It's not like he's like a 25-year-old playing a.
I feel like he looks as old as Mr. Snake.
They should be bowling
Yeah.
buddies. Yeah, he looks old. He's not a young looking guy, especially with that haircut. That haircut's not doing him any favors.
No.
I don't know why he's got that like altar boy haircut all of a sudden, but it's not
It makes
great.
it worse.
It's not
That
great.
mustache isn't doing favors either.
No.
Mustache?
Jay's.
Yeah, Jay's hair this season is bothering me.
Yeah, I was just saying his altar boy haircut.
Yeah.
He's just not and I was just explaining about kind of what happened and the lead up and everything, and just I think that it makes sense that Jay is now being ousted, because he is like in Spinner's opinion the reason for his suffering, when Spinner just went along with it. It's not like Spinner's not culpable too. That's why everybody hates him.
Spinner actively participated.
He actively participated. Spinner is gonna get his arc, but I don't.
Well, that because here's the thing about Jay is Jay at this point and kind of forever until we're just kind of like, oh, he's a decent guy now, and then he's gone.
Mhm.
Jay is just kind of always there to like usher main characters into making bad decisions.
Yes,
Like he
Wait,
just kind of
Usher's in this
plants.
too?
No,
Ursh.
he plants seeds and he like points the way. He's very. I've said before. He gives me like trickster character vibes in
Mhm.
like mythology and shit. Like
Or
Absolutely.
just like the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
a little bit, yeah.
He's just and like right now they're still not developing him. Like he's getting closer to being his own character, but they are still using him to be just the person who's going to lead you down the road of chaos, the agent of chaos, all of that. All of those vibes, that is Jay. So like when we're like, he's like, no, I'll get the round, I'll get the next round. He leaves Darcy with Jay. We're like, no, because Jay is like, he's gonna do something. He's just the character. He's not the character that's gonna shoot the shit.
I would not
He's gonna plant seeds so that he can have entertainment.
I would not leave my worst enemy alone with Jay Hogarth.
No, he's like really terrible in this era, and like I think that this is the season where they realize we've got something here. We should keep these characters around this age so we can actually talk about the things we want to talk about. For him saying like, yeah, Manny's approaching him about sex and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah.
It's so manipulative and like he knows. Like he doesn't even fight it when Spinner decks him.
No.
Like
that's an example.
At no point is he like, let me lay hands on you beyond trying to keep you off of me. Mm-hmm. Because he knows. And he knew when he did it. He's just a shit stirrer. You know, he would be so annoying on Survivor.
I actually think they would cast him in a heartbeat.
They would. And he would be another Russell Hands, and he would be
person.
I would have to punch him, and he would probably win. Yeah. And you wouldn't be able to be mad about it because it would be a well-earned win. Yes. But you would hate watching every second of it.
Yes. Yeah. And Jay is also like the character that he's charming in a way. He's got charisma. He's got like the oomph, whatever.
I don't
like
think he does. He just keeps gonna say that. I don't agree with that.
I think he does. I think that because if he was played by any other character,
it's not that he's not
slimy. He's very slimy.
But Mike LaBelle has charisma.
Mike LaBelle has charisma. Yes, the act. That's kind of what the actor has charisma, and if anyone else played Jay, I think it would skew. I think it would skew way more toward like unbearably slimy if it was not for this actor.
And you guys have to remember too, like we've seen
yes,
his arc play out.
He's very good. We'll have to bring you back too for when he and Manny get together. And their whole, like, I think that's the whole movie.
I mean, he's skeezy then, too.
He's then, but that's the thing. That's his brand. He's skeezy, but it's like the skis with a heart of gold. That's what they want us to believe. It's like,
I don't know.
They make us do it.
It's fair.
And I get that. I feel like even when you see that, if you feel like that strongly, maybe when you see the episode that we're talking about, or that I'm talking about, you still won't feel that way. But like, you're still like, no, I don't care. But like, I think that they work OT.
What happens in that episode?
We're not going to tell you. You got to come back. Yeah, he just does some magic. He is in a relationship at that time, and he's a jerk, and he has to do something to kind of redeem himself. But she's a jerk too.
To LA,
she's a jerk too.
School bus.
Yeah, she's a jerk too.
Magic. No, we're not going to victim blame. No,
we're not going to victim blame.
No, I'm not. Anyway,
two things can be true.
I think
Manny's a jerk. She's a jerk in that episode.
I think she's like, oh, the engagement was fake. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're talking about that, not Degrassi Goes Hollywood.
Yeah, that's it, Degrassi Goes Hollywood.
With the ring and the Malta? That's all Degrassi gonna happen.
Yes, that's all Degrassi Goes Hollywood. And I think that they both participate in that. And that's why Jay is not the worst person in that scenario, because it takes two to tango. He is in a relationship, and in a relationship, both people have to participate.
We'll see when we get there. I'm not going to form an opinion until
that's
I get
fair.
there.
But
we'll see.
Yes, and I mean, I guess maybe it's me too meeting Mike. He's so tall and he's a cute white man.
He is a cute white man.
He's a cute white man. And I said,
to be like
my friend Shannon, when we went to Canada together, and we met him, I saw him from afar and I was like, I know his wife can fight.
She better know how
He
to.
better know how to fight because he is handsome, and he can dress. You know, so he can. Yes,
Can we-
beautiful man.
Can we talk
Said
about
dress.
Jay?
Maybe
Yes.
some dresses and
I'll show Miss Amy.
Not
Miss Amy, he is cute. Okay,
He
I'm not
is.
going to have. I'm not going to have you gaslighting me.
she's turned off by him now because she's seen him get Jimmy shot. Jimmy got himself shot without running straight away. I'm sorry. Not to
Yeah.
victim blame.
Not to
Jimmy-
victim blame.
right, but he wasn't not trying to get hurt.
Jimmy got himself shot. He
Well,
did
bet.
Oh, he
I-
goes
you
down
know.
like,
that. I mean, it's potentially me just having met him.
Nice,
You know.
cute.
Jimmy should have took a dive.
Oh.
Yeah. Cute.
It's privacy retention.
Oh.
Isn't it cute?
What do you mean?
So like you can't. Oh shit! I just walked it.
Zero.
Don't say that on the.
Oh.
It's fine. I can look
Because
at it.
Yeah, because you guys are ever gonna be around me to unlock.
You
I
never
dare
know.
you to unlock
You
my
never
phone
know. Don't
remotely.
give it anyway.
If you can unlock my phone remotely, that's actually
This is
kind of
the
impressive.
internet.
That's actually
Yeah, no,
He
he's
Yeah.
actually he looks kind of dorky in that one.
he is kind of
He is
dorky.
kinda dorky.
Maybe that's my kind of
White
type.
guy.
That, I mean, yeah, but I think overall, like I like a little dork.
He is very tall.
He's tall. Yes, he does got his little
And
smile.
he's aged
Little
well
dork.
because he was like 30 on Degrassi.
Your mom
No,
said
really?
that
No,
your
he
mom
was
said
18
that
when
he looked
started, so
like
was
he could
21, 22-ish at this point.
that he looks like the same age as Snake. And I was like, they could be bowling buddies.
You know that Aqua Teen Hunger Force meme that's like I'm
Yeah,
30 to 40 or I'm 30 or 40 years old. I do not need this.
No.
It's Master Shake saying it to meet one. We have a meme of Master Shake, but it's Jay Hagar.
Jay.
Well, I'd make the money.
I mean, I guess the biggest annoyance beside Jay for me is Darcy. The fact that we're gonna have to deal with more Darcy, I'm not a fan of.
That scene when she's like crying and showing Spinner
That
her
was
shoulder,
so
and it's
disturbing.
she's in this skimpy ass bikini. The strap on her shoulder covers nothing,
Yeah,
and like the way that she pulls it down, and like I don't know. I guess
it's
But that's her
symbolic.
like trying to seduce him, and it's
it's
drama.
what I don't like is his complete lack of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's wrong?
I heard you saying that. You were like,
Yeah.
stop. No, I mean it's uncomfortable to
seltzer.
watch.
I was gonna go put the noodles in water.
Okay, you go put the.
Thank you
noodles in.
for allowing me.
I'm just gonna say, and I said that from the beginning, before we even get to wardrobe. If she's so into
But you
Jesus
can't-
and how she's
Mm-hmm.
living her life,
She's not mom.
why she has on so little?
Well, I think that I think we talked about it off mic, but Darcy's a big hypocrite.
Yeah, she's gonna be selling lewds to a stranger on the internet before too long here.
She's very judgmental.
So
She's
the whole
extreme.
Jesus thing is.
I
Oh
don't know.
no, she's still gonna be.
She's very. I think her faith is rooted in a lot of insecurity about her like personal feelings and wanting to do things, like how she says that she did like taste beer and she
drank
way
too
too
much
much of
of it.
it and barfed. I think that she has desires that aren't in line with her faith.
Right, I
And-
think she was raised in a fundamentalist
Yeah.
household, and like it doesn't. It's I feel like a lot of it's not what she necessarily believes. It's
Yeah.
just what she's been told her whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that too. I think that she's kind of like
Yeah.
developing critical thought, and it's like, is this really what I want?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's kind of doing things that might go against what she's saying that she wants, and like, because I mean, modesty is a big part of a lot of
Yeah,
people's, like, if they feel like devoutness, like to be
Mhm.
devout, you should be, chaste or whatever.
I mean, and
But
there's
everybody's interpretation's different. for
everybody's
them.
interpretation's different and
Yeah.
what have you. It is an odd choice, though. I feel like for the Jesus Club.
Yeah, and the fact that it starts with her trying on the bikini, and he's like, why are you wearing that to
And
yeah.
she's like, I can be a Christian and wear bikinis. I can be a Christian and be your girlfriend. And it's like,
There's
it's not
nothing
like you
smaller
can't.
than what she put on.
She has a string bikini on, yes.
Yeah, it's a very small bikini.
String bikinis were popular though.
They were.
I had to find out the hard way that string bikinis weren't like the best thing for me.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I bet you probably look real hot in one, but like,
well,
not practical.
Okay, so the kind that Darcy was wearing, I could wear because it's not going around the neck. That actually really bothered me. That put too much pressure on like the back of my bone. But the fact that it's like, it's like a bra, I could probably wear that and my titties would not suffer.
But yeah, no, Darcy's a frustrating character, and Darcy's kind of always going to be a frustrating character.
She don't change.
And like, yeah, no.
It's
We'll
like
bring you guys back to check in with Darcy at some point too.
Yeah, the consistency with Darcy is that she is going to
Interesting
struggle.
See how the character goes, because
we'll let you know.
Eyes without a face, what?
I mean,
the progression from now to Eyes Without a Face would actually be probably pretty cool.
Is there anything else really in the A plot to talk about, or have we covered stuff? Can we move to segments?
I have something I want to say.
Okay, well, you have to come over.
I know.
I'm going to get, and I'm going to also check the comments, 'cause I'm not sure. Darcy, hi Jennifer. I'm glad Darcy stresses you out. She stresses us out too. Hi folks. Hi Tawny.
Tawny,
Thank you for liking the live, Tawny. We love you.
Okay, do you have to be so close to me?
I was actually gonna say like we should have been like a smush, like a little cute family because
We're
little
not
space
Is touch you.
That's right.
What
did
I
you
was
have to
reading my
say?
notes. I did have a couple notes about like.
Look at your own notes. Stop.
I didn't make notes, but Miss Bevs are interested.
About why the girl,
Well, who is that? Whose name is that?
Drake, yeah, Drake is a fool. I said that
I just feel
about
like
this episode.
Yeah, Drake is a fucking fool.
I mean,
He did get shot though.
he got shot and now he's in a wheelchair, and that makes his whole life different. And he's acting like he can still run around and get whoever, like he's the captain of the football team.
Well, I think that's, part of Jimmy's issue is that he's very disillusioned. But also, I think part of his issue is that he is telling people things and they're not listening.
And he's like, I'm not the same person anymore. And his dad's like, you're a senior star. And he's just like,
Actually, his dad should be ashamed of
International
himself
road
for
trip.
telling him that.
His dad is not a great character. You haven't seen him, but we just had an episode with Jimmy, and his dad was like absolutely the worst person. He's like, okay, I want you to still be the basketball star, Jimmy. And he's trying to get him onto a league of people who are similarly abled. And Jimmy's just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
right.
I don't know that I want to be like, I feel like my time to be basketball Jimmy is gone.
That's what I thought was kind of weird. Like, I'm just seeing Jimmy's back. He's in a wheelchair. I don't know what he went through with his family, but then he's got this thing with his girl and this other girl, and it's like Jimmy's in a wheelchair. Like, would it really be all of this normalcy with girls?
Yeah,
and
I mean,
everything
it's
else?
been a year. So he's like, he was in the hospital for 3 months. Then he came back. He's been back in routine. Worked hard at physical therapy. He thought he wanted to still be able to do basketball. I think to a degree he does. He's been like assistant coaching the team and stuff like that. Like,
He's
But
in
I
a
also
So
think
does
that
everything
teenage
go back to
girls.
normal?
No, but teenage girls have a tendency to romanticize stuff, I think. And so, like, if he was this big hero before he got shot, now he's not only a hero, but he's
a martyr.
tragic. And
right.
Maybe that's it.
I can
I
give
think that's
meaning
kind
to
of-
his
yeah.
life, and I think
that's kind of I think that's a big part of it. Like Hazel is kind of like pleading with him, like, you're still the same old Jimmy. Like, for that reason, like, if he's still the same old Jimmy, then the fact that he comes
It's
out
really
on the other
not.
side
Yeah.
doing some of the same things that he used to do, that makes him like a hero.
Well, I think too, even though we never get to explore it, like this is a major upset to Liberty's life too. Or not Liberty's life, sorry, Hazel's life.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed up my characters that we never give their own storylines to. But like it would be traumatic to have your boyfriend get shot.
Mm-hmm.
And like realistically, would they have been together forever if the shooting didn't happen? Probably not. And her life as she envisioned it has also been completely upended.
Yeah.
And like I get not wanting to let go of that and trying to be like, okay, we pushed through this, you know.
Yeah.
I don't blame Hazel for any of it. Like they're not good together anymore, but that's not her fault.
I don't feel like anybody's dealing with their trauma here in a healthy way.
Well, you saw what Miss Sauvé has to offer. It's
Miss-
one day.
That's true. You know, that's kind of an issue that I notice in this show. And like my thought when I said I had something was like, none of these people have the maturity for a relationship.
Yeah.
None of these people like should be having sex with anybody. And
Very much so. Yeah.
and it seems like to me, with the very limited stuff I've seen, like the premise of this show is like teenagers with no one feeding them anything healthy, nobody looking out for them at all. Like
Yeah. It's like I think
they're on their own to deal with this really heavy.
Yeah.
that's kind of actually that's one of the things that like the creators of the show said, that they wanted a show where the kids were dealing with things on their own with very little interference from their parents. So that's why when you see the parents, it's more about their problematic behavior versus them actually doing good
or like problem solving.
or problem solving or helping out their teen. Like when we focus on Ellie's mom is a drunk who burns
the
down
house
the house down. Yeah,
That's
she's
not good.
Well, she doesn't burn the house down.
she
sets
sets the kitchen on fire. It's
And
kind
clearly
of
it's Ellie's fault.
She sets the curtains on fire.
She like picks up
something with a
flaming
hot
pan and then throws it, and then it's right by the curtains.
Someone did not
The house would come down if it wasn't for her.
Ellie.
They're both to blame, not to victim blame.
Yeah, Ellie did not get taught about fire safety,
Well, see,
and
nobody is.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
no,
good
nobody's
parenting,
looking out for
right?
these kids really.
Her dad
Mr.
just
Snake
goes off
and
to
Mr.
Kabul
Armstrong.
and does not check
Yeah,
in.
but they can't do everything.
They can't. You saw that
Let's
fight
just
happen
dance him.
without Coach Armstrong there to break it up. That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
It's not the greatest situation for Jimmy because I feel like everybody is just like trying to make him go back, but he's like,
It's not the greatest situation for anybody.
It's
Everybody
not,
in this
but-
episode is having a bad time.
That's true. Everybody in this episode is kind of
Everybody-
Somebody said Spinner almost got laid.
As his girlfriend saying that,
I know, and then he's like, "What's wrong?" And she's
Yeah,
like, "That's fine." And
I
there's
was
the
feeling the whole thing. That's actually one of the things I wrote down. Like Spinner's girl was flirting with that dude Jay.
They have a dynamic.
Yes,
They have a
it was
flirty
flirty.
I think that's part of why I didn't want them to be alone together is because they have a.
and Jay will have them good girls getting gonorrhea in their throats.
Jay has
Oh.
Jay has a precedent. Yeah,
Yeah.
Emma.
He almost gets Emma killed, and then he gives her a social disease.
He gives her social disease of
You know
throat.
what? If it were anybody else, I'd be like that too. But Emma just.
You said Emma deserves a little bit of social disease.
I don't think anybody deserves gonorrhea in their throat. Wait, how did she
Ew.
get it in her throat?
Oral.
You know what blowjobs
Yeah,
are, don't you?
you know.
She did.
What is that?
She's
I'm single, but I give blowjobs in the back of a Walmart parking lot.
I don't
That's
think
a song?
it's a TikTok sound.
I was gonna say I don't know that song. My hands from time to time. I'm gonna be a survivor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know this song.
It's actually it's a
Oh no, you gotta do the puzzle thing.
oh scheiße. Oh.
Okay, are we ready to move to the fashion corner?
We are not bots, okay? Yeah.
I might be a bot. You don't know my life.
Is that a blanket or was that here?
No,
This is one of these
That's
stylish blankets.
I brought one.
It's
too.
actually kind of a good. It's like an oversized shawl.
yeah.
It's like it's low key very.
It's in the bedroom.
I was about
I
to
didn't bring it
turn
out.
back for my blanket, but then I was like, I can
Okay.
just steal yours. No, home.
Not at home.
Yeah, no. I'll just steal yours on the way. But my fashion and my shots fired are like
lacking.
lightweight. Yeah.
Yeah. My first fashion is whatever this monstrosity of an outfit is that Kim's wearing at Friendship Club. She's got they are like teal pants with pink flowers, like hot pink flowers and palm trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's wearing a light pink top with like a modesty panel in it.
Yeah.
And then not puka shell, but those like broken
Yes.
pieces of like white shell necklace.
That's what bothered me the most.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's what bothered me the most.
One of the meanest things I've ever heard somebody say was my friend Renata about a boy said, "You are a literal puka shell necklace." And I feel like if you really want to hurt somebody's feelings, you can tell them.
Mm-hmm.
And either they'll get it or they won't.
Mine is actually in that same frame. Well, in that same scene with, but it's Melinda.
Melinda, who has been in something.
She has been in something. The like checked like button up
Mhm.
and like teal undershirt and then jean ruffle skirt is just the worst combination. And she is sitting there casually like she is not committing a fashion crime.
It's choices were made, yeah. I have
The moms are shaking their head and
I have Hazel in the
Yes.
computer lab. The color I really like on her, it's like green and like teal.
Mhm. I remember these kind of shirts and they were
stripes. But then the
They were
sleeve,
so-
it's a cold
it's
shoulder.
a cold shoulder.
But it's the kind where it's like tied
Split.
up here and then connected down here. It's not a good look, guys. It's just not. But I do
think-
like the color.
I think they gave her more red also in her hair. She looks like she's
Yeah, she does.
her red is more vibrant.
I don't hate that.
I don't. I like it on her. Yeah, it is a I don't yeah. I am not the biggest fan of Darcy's little slouched green shorts.
Wait a minute. My thing with Darcy was,
My mama don't like Darcy and her wardrobe.
I mean, Jesus is every other word out your mouth.
Mom.
And then you got on that
He's
tiny
saying when they're
little
lying
outfit.
about her pubes.
Yeah, like I thought I saw their pubes popping out underneath that little green outfit or whatever the hell she had on. Like
She is serving like
what Jesus she's serving with her hair
she's serving
hanging out.
like college dorm room
Blowjobs
like
for Christ, what?
oh my god.
Blowjobs
No,
for
I was gonna
Christ.
say college, like common room vibes. Like you're just wearing whatever you could pull on
the
to be
littlest
presentable.
that's absolutely possible.
It's and also at this time we were not wearing things up above our bellies. We were still doing the low waisted,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can see her hip bones. You can and it's like hanging right below her hip bones. So it's doing absolutely nothing for her, and it's also
Not
oddly
easy.
skimpy.
It's
It's
fine.
weird.
It's fine.
It's like Sophie
but
shorts.
Jesus
Yeah.
is every other word out the girl mouth. Now you got a problem. Because if you want to just be a regular college student or whatever she is,
She is
High
a high school student mother.
middle school. She actually looked more like somebody in college with that.
She's
song.
a sophomore, I think.
She is a child at this point. They really.
She sits there down on her mother and father. So
Right.
like,
Because
that
she's
much
being
song.
raised in modesty culture. No, she's not.
Yeah.
Well, wait till you see
being
her
bright.
sister.
Well, that's a lie.
I have Marco's fucking Speed Racer shirt just because he wore it literally last week.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes there's a few weeks between episodes. I think a lot of the time
That's fair.
even.
That's fair.
But still, so I guess I'm calling out wardrobe before I'm calling out Marco. Maybe this is more shots fired.
Like a continuity error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
Maybe
it.
does anybody stop and think maybe Marco's depressed?
And just
And
wearing the
changing
same.
Or
his
maybe he
clothes
misses
every day is
Africa.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Marco goes home every day and sits and stares at like his photo album, his scrapbook of him playing pickup games of soccer with African orphans and showing them their pictures on cameras as Toto's Africa plays and repeat.
That sounds like a hellscape.
Yeah, that sounds
Not
crazy.
great.
I also have Darcy in this pink.
Yeah,
shirt
it's
that's it's almost cut like a scrub top.
yes.
It's not a scrub top though. It's like a t-shirt. It's got white piping
like
that
terry.
makes it look even more
I
like a
wish-
scrub. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think that she wears that to be chaste, but you literally have a string bikini on under that, so that's not
Yeah.
doing what you think it's doing. Yeah, Darcy has some outfit changes.
Yeah, she's like got the most outfits.
She's just like, you just see her and she's just in a whole other permutation of her outfit.
They all little.
Yeah, and
They all little, and she got Jesus coming out her mouth way too much for all that littleness.
And my last one, which I took just a screen recording of, is Hazel in her little white outfit, and it's mostly just for the way she walks up.
Yes,
like,
Hazel's very cute.
She's serving she's like, I am Hazel. I'm here to save the day. You are not organized. I'm gonna go wash these paintbrushes. Marco, I have water in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Go get it. Paige, just sit the fuck down. Ellie, I don't know why you're here.
I don't know why you're here.
Why you're so close to my boyfriend, but get together.
So then what's her deal?
Nothing.
Ellie was inspiring.
Ellie doesn't have a deal. She just sucks.
She just sucks.
That might be the episode.
Ellie doesn't have
Ellie
a deal.
doesn't have a deal. She just sucks.
Got my handy dandy notebook for shots fired.
Sorry, I got told that we're so cute. I'm watching the live on my phone because I have ADHD. Go ahead.
Well, do you want to start shots fired?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna kick stuff.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shots fired.
Oh, am I starting it?
No, I can start it. So my first one is Spinner saying, "Oh right, camping with your Bible buddies. So glad I'm missing that."
My first one comes right after that one. Darcy's like, you said you'd try to come, and Spinner goes, was I high at the time?
Mm-hmm. And I have next Darcy talking to Jay saying they let you out on parole.
Yep, I have Jay saying to Spinner, well, you let me know when she makes up your mind for you.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have Hazel saying, gee, all these plans I didn't know about.
I have Jimmy telling Spinner, when I said you were dead to me, I meant forever. You don't exist.
Mm-hmm. I have Spinner saying, if Jesus didn't want us to have sex, he'd make every girl look like Quasimodo's sister.
Oh, wow.
I have Spinner saying to Linus, so if I'm not on your team, then that puts me on the winning team, right?
I have Ellie saying, guess we'll put those art classes on hold.
I have Hazel saying, and Ellie, why don't you keep doing what you're doing?
And I know there's more of this line, but the part that stood out to me was Jay saying, let me pray on it.
I have fucking Linus. Shot fired at Linus for just existing.
Mm-hmm.
But I have Linus when he's like being like, you know, what things do you need to confess before you get into hell? Don't you have any, Spinner? What? And he goes like, What about your friend Jimmy? What about him?
That was a dick.
We
It
didn't
was a
even talk
dick
about
move.
Linus.
Now
I don't have anything to say. Fuck Linus.
fuck Linus.
We don't
Can't
talk
wait.
about Linus.
We don't talk about Linus. No, no,
no. Get out of my house. Yeah. That was my last one. Was Jay? Let me pray on this.
Okay, I got a few more.
Yeah.
So I've got Jay saying, "Man, ever since you met Miss WWJD,
Yes, I knew.
I don't even know who you are anymore."
Yes.
Which is more of a shot fired at Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
That painting of Ellie is a shot fired at Ellie.
Dirt Ellie.
The fact that Jimmy painted that painting of Ellie is a shot fired at Hazel. And then I have Hazel, who's a queen, really, in this episode. Justice for Hazel, but go, girl. Know your worth.
Absolutely.
No, you're being a coward. And if you won't say it, then I will. So here it is, Jimmy. Ready? We're through.
Yeah, that was good.
Boom.
That
Yeah.
was good.
Also, there was the shot that Rick fired at.
Yeah, I guess we can.
There
Yeah,
was
that
the
did
little
happen.
shot that occurred.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay, so who shines? I think Hazel shines.
Hazel definitely shines because she stands up for herself and she's like, I will not put up with any more of this foolishness. I don't know what you guys have going on. It's weird. Done. And I love that for her.
I support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else shines.
I think Spinner shines when he punches Jay.
That's fair. And once he does realize that Darcy's not having it, he's like,
He stops. I feel like Spinner does the thing where he's like, what? What's going on? Like, he doesn't realize that, like,
boys are stupid though, and Spinner is a
it's
stupid
more
boy.
when Linus is like, what do you think about death or something? He's like, I don't know. And Spinner's out of his depth. Like, he just has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but also these kids aren't smart enough to handle Spinner and his questions. So you're telling me good people go to hell because they don't believe in God, and Linus is like, let's debate this weekend at the retreat. Like, fuck you, Linus.
Yeah.
Does
Now
Linus
let's
have a
stop
thing
that
for
answer with like a
Darcy?
bell or something.
He could. I don't know. I don't think that's ever confirmed. Did Linus having a thing for
They
Darcy?
didn't want that
No.
to be answered.
No, we have another episode with Linus, but it's not.
Yeah.
It does not confirm any of that.
So
it feels like he's being weirdly.
I
Yeah,
think
like
he's just the
sabotaging.
weird, the ego trip of the leader of the youth group. Because that's essentially what he is. Like, he's the peer leader, but they don't have adult supervision.
Right.
There are no adults
There are
on
no
this camping
adults in
trip.
this entire
No.
town.
Seriously.
think.
Except for Mr. Snake. Miss Hazelakos is around, but
only in TV form.
and we know how she feels about sex crimes.
And the guy
Right.
is
She
named
literally does.
Mr. Snake.
No,
His
that's just what
name's
my mom calls him.
Senna.
Snake was his high school nickname.
Yes, it's like a nickname.
And Emma's his stepdaughter, and she calls him Snake because her mom's known him since high school, and he calls him Snake. She calls him Snake, and then Craig also calls him Snake sometimes because Joey was Snake's best friend from high school. But most people just call him Mr. Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who bums you out?
Ellie, Jimmy, Jay,
Darcy.
Spinner.
Jay.
No, I thought we said Spinner
Well,
shines.
Well, I
Only
think
when
your
he's
mom was
punching
like
Jay.
making
That's
the
it.
differential
Okay.
that it was.
That's
it was
fair.
just for the Jay.
That's fair. He is kind of
Otherwise,
too.
Jay was an alcohol mess. He purposely gave bad advice to Spinner.
Mm-hmm.
He
which
set Spinner up.
tried to listen to at first, but then he seemed to come correct. towards the
No,
end.
Jay's a fucking bummer almost always.
Yeah, I don't like that dude. He a mess.
I mean, I am
Kiss
excited to
ass.
have you guys back so you can watch the redemption arc of Jay, and not the redemption arc of Spinner, because this is the redemption arc of Spinner.
Yeah.
We are
Jay get a
redeeming.
redemption arc?
Jay has
but he's still dead to Jimmy forever.
Well, that's
Well,
gonna change.
that
Not
changes.
as long as you think it is.
apparently not.
Well, that's because he's still acting like a jackass, and Jimmy know it.
It's gonna be about another couple episodes. Get together.
I think it's not until like the end of this season.
We're trudging like couple as in like including the two parters. It's a handful.
It's not that far.
It's about a handful or so episodes before they are coming
It's
together
just
for
the
some
Jay.
reason. I forget what makes them come
Jay got a
together.
fucking problem.
That's so valid.
Does
Does
it go there?
there?
Does it go there?
No.
They want it to because of the shooting clips,
Yeah.
but probably
Yeah, they're like,
And they're like,
they're
and
getting,
we've got Christian.
Yeah, I
We've
don't
got
think it
Christians
goes there.
and their Bible
I'm
sects.
I'm not feeling.
I don't think it really goes there. I think that this is just about this is the new era where like more things are gonna be like scandalous or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily like this is not the go there of the season. Like
No.
we have barely scratched the surface of what's actually going to occur. So I'm not gonna give it to this episode.
I think that's fair. Oh,
It's me.
you.
It is me.
I wrote that Drake was a fool.
A whole fool.
I think that that's a good note to end on.
I think so too.
Thanks for listening to your mom's podcast. Next week, we'll be joined by Evie Pacini, host of Degrassi Schools In, to discuss the rise of Palix in Lexicon of Love, parts 1 and 2. This episode of Your Mom's Podcast was made possible in part by Salem, Massachusetts, Friendship Club, and support from listeners like you. Thank you.
We did it. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
This is great.
All right, I'm gonna go make.
Yes.
Our
okay,
moms
we
are
did it.
so tired of us.
Moms are so tired of us.
Our
We have
moms
to
are
record
done
the
with us,
same
people.
exact time,
They
Mom.
were like,
Listen, I had to say everything in her time.
Thank you, Tawny.
Because them characters are
for
fools.
hanging out,
So
and
I had
love
to
you
do
so much.
Yeah, thank you, Tawny.
Oh, we got 793 likes for that. That's nice. We somehow got 793 likes, so. I went, oh, thank you for liking the live, Tawny.
Tawny, I love you so much. Anybody else is here? It's just Tawny.
It's just funny. We love you.
But we love you.
And the real Seymour, possibly, I don't know. I don't know how to work it.
I mean, they're happy. But thank you, people.
Bye.
We would like to take a moment to thank our Patreon subscribers: Tay,
Evie,
Miranda,
and an extra special thank you to our TiddySnake producers, Alyka,
Brandi,
Chelsea,
Corrie.
and Tawny. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you guys. Love you.
If you'd like to further support our show, you can find us on TikTok and Facebook as Your Mom's Pahdcast. We also have a Facebook group of the same name. And you can find us on Instagram at YMPadcast. Your Mom's Pahdcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscriptions and reviews are another great free way to support us. However, if you're interested in supporting us in not free ways, we have a lot of great bonus content on our Patreon, and some great merch at our shop, which can be found at your-moms-padcast-shop.fourthwall.com. And remember, that's Padcast. Pahdcast. Thank you.